All right, y'all. So, bye, y'all. As y'all can see from the title of the video, yes, I blew 5 funded accounts last month, 4 to 5 days before the payout, and yeah, kind of just felt weird. I don't know, felt weird, but honestly, I learned a lot from it. If y'all already didn't know already, I started trading in March, so May I blew those. That's last month. And you can already see by that, that's 2 months, and I passed 5 evals, and they're gone. So it shows me a lot. It shows me that this stuff isn't easy, and if you guys are going through the same process right now, you're not the only one. You're not the only one messing up. Okay, I'm here with you, bro. I messed up too, but we come back harder and stronger this month. I got my accounts back. Money comes and goes. So this month I learned, and I'm just gonna basically go over a few things I've learned during this process. So number one is don't rush the process. And when I say that, that's basically all the processes together. But don't rush the process because it's going to start giving you false hopes in your head. Because honestly, when trading, when doing any online business, you should be thinking about the worst possible income at all times. You should never go into thinking like, oh, I'm going to make X amount of money, X amount of times, and it'd be the highest amount. You should really be thinking about a low ground or a middle ground. I've learned this. I've learned this reselling. Reselling, I've gone through many times where I was expecting to make 5K off a 1K flip, and I only made like 2 or 3 bands, which isn't terrible at all. But then it makes you like, come down like, damn, what am I fucking doing? But it's not a bad thing, right? I feel like you do need that voice in your head, because if you don't have that, then you're always going to be scared to take a risk or scared to do things. So you need to balance it. That was one thing I did learn. Um, yes, it was hard losing that money. It was hard losing those funds. I was very upset with myself. And I'm going to tell y'all the reason why, or how I lost them, how I gained them. But the process was pretty usual, pretty general. Like, I know a lot of y'all have gone through where you follow your rules all through eval stage, even through funded stage, and then one day you just tilt. You lose once, and this loss just feels a little different. You're like, hold on, let me just move my stop loss down. Or maybe you haven't even lost yet. Maybe you're seeing the red and you're like, damn, no, this setup looks A plus. Let me just move my stop loss. Do not move your stop loss down ever. That's really the main thing I've learned. Never move your stop loss down. Wherever you get into the trade at, and your stop loss is wherever it is. This is at least in fund and trading. If you're trading live accounts, you probably don't use a stop loss, because live markets, you don't want to get stopped out like overly quick, but you have to have a mental note of where you're going to get out of the trade. But for funded trades, don't move your stop loss down. Once you move it once, you're going to move it again. And even if you don't move it again, you still lost more than you were supposed to lose if you lost that trade. And if you win the trade, it still goes back. You used your strategy, but you moved your stop loss down. You won the trade, but you broke your strategy. So the trade is invalidated by your strategy. So it just goes both ways. I just don't think it's a correct, smart thing to do. My fault, y'all. I look overly majestic. My fault. It's not a smart thing to do. I don't suggest you do it. And yeah, that's like the main thing. Just don't move your stop loss, and then don't overcomplicate your losing, because you're going to lose. I know sometimes it's different and it's difficult seeing that red day, especially after you've had a whole bunch of green days. It's very difficult, but you have to move on, and that just comes with experience. Like, now I'm finally able to see like a red day and not panic. Even when I have like days where start of the day was green, and then I trade again. You trade as many times as your strategy lets you trade, as long as it's within your rules. But as soon as the day goes red, see that, I'm fine. I can come back tomorrow now. As with last month, right? Middle of last month is kind of when this happened. Middle towards end, I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't. And like, I see those one red days, I'm like, damn, let me trade again. Now I see a red day and it's like, stop. I see a green day. It just depends how much I make. If I hit my limit, we're done. If we hit like a sub limit, I might trade next session, but it just depends. And that's really a good rule to hold into. And I also don't think break even is a bad thing at all. I go break even after TP1, so I either lose or make money. It's no in between. So that's with my strategy, but your strategy may be different. You may go break even after TP2. So that means whenever you're in a trade, do not like stop that, right? That's for you. But these are all things I'm learning, right? I'm a new trader. So by no means do y'all have to take my advice because you guys seen what I've done before. But it's just insight to give you because it's like you're not the only one going through these things, and you'll never be the only one going through these things. There's going to be always other people. But the thing that separates you from the others is you quitting. If you don't quit, you never lose. You'll just win further down. So that's the main gist of that part. I'd say now I'm really in my strategy, kind of not refining it, but kind of making sure it's just correct and I have everything in order to the point where like I can trade my strategy. I back tested. That's also another thing. You need a back test because the reason why I was so inconsistent in like Matic red days is because I didn't actually know my results of my strategy. So it's like I see one red day and I don't know my results. And now I see a red day and I know that I have a 50% chance to green or not to green, right? I have a 55% chance to green in Asia session, and I might have like a 47% chance to green in New York session. Maybe that means don't take the first trade in New York session. Wait. See, it's things like that, right? I also know the amount of drawdown my strategy has received in the last 6 months. Mine is less than 2,000. So realistically, if I were to trade every single possible outcome for my strategy between those times, I wouldn't lose. I wouldn't blow an account between those 6 months. Obviously, market changes, so these next 6 months may be different. It may be the worst months of my strategy. But it's just things like that you have to take in consideration. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard journey. This is why not a lot of people can do it. But you can do it. You can do it if you really put your mind to it. So that was just really the main gist of this. I just want to hop on camera. Next video y'all are going to see is probably in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And hopefully the name is I passed my eval. So we'll see what it is. Just giving y'all a little update on the situation. But yeah, I'm definitely in a better headspace now. Cleared my mind. Went out of state for a little bit, but definitely back. So I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace. Stay smooth. Keep on trading. Keep on doing whatever you want because you can apply these rules to any other business other than trading. So see y'all boys out.